Over the past few days, there's been quite a lot of talk about Assassin's Creed Hexe because it lost its game director. Even though it is several years into development, this is supposed to be the quote unquote gayest Assassin's Creed ever, and so far it sounds like a disaster, but we're getting some new details that also do not sound good. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, we know that Ubisoft has this big deal with Tencent, and Assassin's Creed is being handed over to their new creative house, and it seems that's why there's a lot of leadership changes throughout all of these different franchises, and a lot of people have speculated that Assassin's Creed Hexe was going to be cancelled because it lost its game director, and everything we've heard about it so far has not sounded good. When something is described as the gayest, it generally isn't going to be received well because you can add in diversity, inclusivity, gay characters, whatever you want into your title, but you need to do it in a way that feels natural, in a way that feels intentional, and a way that it makes sense. But to just go, oh, this is the most feminine Assassin's Creed, and there's gay characters and all this, isn't going to appeal to your core audience, but you are clearly already trying to gain attention based off of DEI. You're not doing it because you just think that this happens to be the best story that you could possibly tell. And now, amidst hearing that they are overhauling combat and they've lost their director and all these different details are releasing, it doesn't sound good. So yes, a few days ago, I talked about this in another video. We found out that it lost its creative director amidst the studio shakeup, and there is a little bit of positive news surrounding AC, simply because we're finding out that some of the people who worked on like Black Flag and Origins are now being handed this series, and they are supposed to be running the show. Now, if that turns out to be very successful, we won't know for several years, but we're also hearing that the new details from Tom Henderson are this: it is planned for a holiday 2027 release date, which we haven't even seen anything. We haven't even gotten the official name. Hex is just the code name, so I don't believe that. This is seemingly the game many at Ubisoft Montreal want to work on. So when you hear that the ye old Canadians wanted to specifically work on a game, that's also a bit of a red flag now. Ezio was planned to come in halfway through the game to teach the main character the ways of the assassin, and they're not sure if this is still the case. So we would be getting Ezio being told that a strong, independent woman probably doesn't need his help, and she would probably be resistant to it the whole time. And they are completely redoing the combat with a lot of acrobatic moves, and they hired a contortionist for the mocap. So there is no possible way that 3 months into 2026 that they are going to be able to release this at all in 2027. When something has been in development for several years and suddenly they are overhauling the combat, that adds years onto a development cycle. The combat is the core of a game. If your combat sucks and your gameplay sucks, you're not going to be able to sell your experience. And why are they even completely redoing combat that people have known and loved for years? Assassin's Creed shouldn't be that hard to master. But it gets even worse. Assassin's Creed codename Hex, there are some other details releasing. It is designed to leave a lasting mark on the franchise. Yeah, probably not for the good though. It is written by franchise veteran narrative director Darby McDevitt, who's behind some of the best written game in the franchise, gone, featuring strong feminine energy. And I'm fine with there being dual protagonists in games, like you have one male, you have one female, similar to what happened with games in the past in Assassin's Creed, but also most recently just Assassin's Creed Shadows. I thought the dual angle was fine. I don't necessarily mind that, but only having a single female protagonist, and this game is going to have strong feminine energy in the year of 2026, 2027, 2028, just the future, is not going to turn out positive. I just can already tell. Assassin's Creed isn't a game series that, in my opinion, should be marketed to the women. It should be marketed to the men, and then women like me who've loved it in the past will still show up to consume this content and to buy it. It was also described as a very different upcoming flagship Assassin's Creed title, so in my opinion, none of this sounds great. We know that the rumors circulating were that it was set in the 16th century, focusing on the pivotal point in history revolving around the mass hysteria about witchcraft that gripped the continent, leading to witch trials where 80,000 people were executed. It is supposed to be their next big game, and it just sounds very unfortunate. This rumor has been circulating since 2024. Assassin's Creed Hexe was described to be the gayest Assassin's Creed yet. A single female protagonist, and it's also the most fantastical Assassin's Creed. There will be lots of mysticism and will also have, as they said, very striking visuals. I don't know if that means an entirely different art style or something, but that's what I was told. Although my sources told me that they believe the game will be scaled down in the future and be made into a Liberation-esque game instead of a mainline title. As of right now, we're hearing that it seems to be a mainline title, but that could change. Mostly because Ubisoft does not have confidence that a game like this is going to sell. Probably true. I don't think that this is going to be some mega blockbuster hit. It also says that it was going to have borderline magic and expect lots of weird gobbledygook. But that's what he was told about Hex so far. Can't say I'm surprised given the info that we know now, and judging by the responses on social media to this recent news that they're redoing the combat and that, oh, we're going to see a game with strong feminine energy, the responses have probably not been what Ubisoft was hoping or expecting. Ezio was planned to come in halfway. God, no, I do not trust current Ubi with Ezio. Man, I hate when they gotta bring back a successful and popular character to try and buff up the numbers. Oh yeah, it's just redoing the combat. Rawful. And there are, yes, people speculating that maybe they're rewriting the story. They could be adding in a male protagonist as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they were desperate at this point, especially since making the deal with Tencent. I don't know if these employees would be too happy with that. We know these activists have gotten their way for so long that they're willing to walk off the job and they're willing to quit, and then Ubisoft might be more likely to make content that appeals to them and allow them to sort of run rampant with the writing. We don't know either way. Judging by the backlash that happened with Shadows, they need a major win, so they could be changing this from the ground up, not just with the combat, but also the writing. The fact that everyone wants to work on this project tells me nothing in a company where there's no job security. Maybe they want to work on it because that's the one safe project that they could work on, and I'd rather not see Ezio and Hex. Claudia maybe, but Ezio is too risky. He was planned to come in halfway through. Oh, so I'm skipping. Here is the post about the strong feminine energy and the responses. Obsidian Black Flag Remake and Invictus AC multiplayer will launch on Infinity before Hex. Every bad guy is white and straight. Check. Well, I may be alone in this opinion, but I'm actually looking forward to this one. And hey, if you think that it looks good and sounds cool and you're excited, I'm happy for you. I hope you buy it. I hope you play it. You might be one of the only people doing so, though. So it's not Assassin's Creed LOL. They were better off making this a standalone game. It sounds pretty sweet, but not under the AC banner. Was looking forward to this more than AC Shadows, so it's going to be a quick cash grab then. The timing of this is very, very bad. Why announce a new AC game? They just celebrated 3 million players for 1 week, and then they dropped this. Yeah, this isn't good. Strong feminine energy or feminist energy, and yeah, we don't know what that truly means. And whenever you hear anything about females being in the lead coming from a studio like Ubisoft in a series that has traditionally been marketed towards men, it just sounds really bad. So I'll be keeping a close eye on this. Is this game going to be straight up canceled? Maybe. Apparently they are not feeling confident in the combat to the point where they are redoing it. Could also mean mean they are rewriting the script, they could be changing up characters, they could be adding in a male counterpart. Either way, though, a lot of the information we have heard so far has sounded pretty freaking negative. But that's all that I had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.